The forest seemed endless, an emerald sea under a fading sun. I had been biking for hours, following a narrow, overgrown trail that promised a shortcut back to the main path. The air grew thick with the scent of pine and decay, and an eerie silence settled in as twilight approached. I trudged on, my legs aching and throat dry, when I noticed a faint glow through the trees. Curiosity piqued. I veered off the path and pushed through the underbush. What I found stopped me cold. An old, dilapidated cabin, its window shattered and door hanging ajar. The light was coming from within. As I approached, the hairs on my neck prickled. The light flickered like a candle, casting long shadows that danced on the walls. I stepped inside, my footsteps echoing on the wooden floorboards. The room was empty, save for a single candle on a table, its flame wavering in an unseen breeze. A shiver ran down my spine as I noticed a series of crude drawings on the walls, depicting grotesque figures and twisted faces. One figure in particular seemed to follow me with its hollow eyes. I backed away, but stumbled over something soft. Looking down, I saw a worn, leather-bound journal. I picked it up, its pages brittle with age. The entries were written in a shaky hand, describing a desperate man lost in the woods, haunted by something he could not see but could always feel. The last entry was a frantic scrawl. "Is here, watching, waiting." A creak behind me snapped my attention. The candle went out, plunging me into darkness. I felt a cold breath on my neck, and a whisper, barely audible, "You shouldn't have come." I turned, but saw only shadows. Panic surged as I fumbled for the door, the unseen presence closing in. I burst outside, the night air cold against my sweat-drenched skin, and ran without looking back. The forest now, a labyrinth of terror. The sun dipped below the horizon as I ventured deep into the dense forest, the path barely visible in the dim light. I'd heard stories of this place, whispers of people disappearing without a trace, but I dismissed them as local legends meant to scare away city folk. As the darkness enveloped me, I realized I had strayed too far. My flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows that seemed to move on their own. Each rustle of leaves made my heart race, but I pressed on, determined to find my way back. Suddenly, I stumbled upon an old, rusty sign half buried in the undergrowth. "Welcome to Grey Hollow," it read, though the words were barely legible. I had never heard of Grey Hollow, and it wasn't on any map I'd seen. I felt a chill run down my spine as the temperature dropped sharply. The forest around me grew unnaturally quiet. I continued forward, hoping to find some clue that would lead me back to familiar territory. In the gloom, I saw a figure standing by a tree, motionless. Relief washed over me. I wasn't alone. I approached calling out, but the figure didn't respond. As I drew closer, the flashlight illuminated its face, or rather, its lack of one. The figure was a mannequin, dressed in tattered clothing, its head a smooth, featureless oval. I backed away, unnerved, and tripped over something hard. My flashlight rolled away, revealing another mannequin, then another. They were everywhere, posted in eerie, lifelike stances, staring with their blank faces. Panic surged as I realized I had stumbled into some macabre tableau. A low guttural sound echoed through the trees, and I froze. The mannequins began to move, their joints creaking as they turned towards me. I bolted, adrenaline fueling my escape. The path twisted and turned, but I didn't dare stop. Behind me, the pursuit grew louder, the mannequins relentless. I burst through the underbush, breathless and terrified, vowing to never dismiss local legends again.